Welcome back, everybody. Today we are talking about great-looking bathrooms with a lot of vanity flair. Now, you know how we're always saying that getting back to nature can inspire and ground us? Well, we found a home where the owners took this concept just a little bit further. Not just one step, but way. They enclosed their garden with a four-season sunroom, like the one we have here, as part of their master bed and bath. You're not going to want to believe this. Come along as we take a look at this amazing retreat. Most people like a touch of nature in their living environment, but how about living with Mother Nature indoors? That's exactly what these homeowners did with little help from Ira Messing and Four Seasons Sunrooms. They say a tree grows in Brooklyn, but actually a tree grows right up through the center.
That's true.
I got a question here. Is it a solarium, an atrium? What is the real definition of these rooms?
Well, actually, I think they're multi-purpose. They're all of those. The rooms can be used for various applications. This particular room is a very interesting application in as much as they're using it as an atrium. It has a fountain in it, and it's also a bath facility as well.
How does that deal with privacy issues?
Well, this house is set up high enough and isolated enough that privacy is really not an issue. But we also manufacture shading tracks in all of our framing members so that customers can add shades for privacy.
Now, this is sort of reflective of almost like an indoor garden with the waterways and everything. Now, talk to me about how did you figure out how to accommodate a tree going up through glass?
That was something very, very unique. Kind of reminiscent of the old Frank Lloyd Wright designs. The owner wanted to maintain the feeling of outdoor living indoors.
And it certainly did.
And absolutely, with the tree. The challenge for the tree is, obviously, the tree moves with the wind.
Yep.
And the tree's going to continue to grow.
Yep.
And so this hole, so to speak, that it grows through has got to have movement and still be watertight. And what the dealer ended up doing is designing a rubber gasket that fits specifically in one of our glazing tracks that had the ability to expand and contract with the changes of the heat and the weather and, of course, the wind and the tree growing itself, and it doesn't leak at all.
Now, it used to be at one time that a lot of these structures were hot in the summer and cold in the winter. But you say that technology's changed all that.
Well, we're kind of unique at Four Seasons in that respect. We build about 22 different types of rooms, but the performance capabilities of our product are the same no matter what the architecture or the design. We build a room that is habitable space, can be used year-round in climates like Phoenix, Arizona, or Billings, Montana, or anywhere in between. And these rooms can be heated and cooled efficiently and used as living space for a multiplicity of applications: bedroom, bathroom, office, family room.
I think they also add quite a unique profile to an existing house, especially when it comes to resale.
We call it curb appeal.
You can call it an atrium, a sunroom, or a conservatory. But if you're thinking of making the great outdoors your roommate, this might be an option for you. I'll tell you, that is certainly one of the more unique uses for a sunroom. Oh, and I love that koi pond. Indoors, who knew? All right, looking to add a little romance to your life? Well, up next, we're going to show you how with a bathroom designed with romance in mind. So y'all come back now. Here. I've been having an affair, and it's been wonderful. Oh, it's not what you think. I'm talking about our conservatory sunroom. It's from a company called Four Seasons Sunrooms, and they pride themselves on quick installation. You want to see? Well, take a look at this. Was that fast enough for you? They told us they were really quick. Joining us now to talk about our System 8 Victorian Sunroom Conservatory, that's the proper name, isn't it?
It
is Ira Missing. How are you, Ira?
Great. How are you, Christopher?
Well, we are having such a great time with this new addition to our studio. It's a really wonderful living space. Now, we've been up here when it's been raining, we've been up here when it's been hot, and we've been up here when it's been cold, and virtually we found that the temperature is just as easy to maintain as any other area of the house, which is, I think, is really amazing.
It's probably the most unique aspect of our products.
Because most people think in terms of a sunroom, and you sort of feel like a bug under a micro, a magnifying glass. What causes that?
Well, we have pioneered the technology of our glass systems to where we've designed glass that virtually allows a room to be heated and cooled comfortably year-round, whether it be in Billings, Montana, or Phoenix, Arizona.
Now, you got a little demonstration.
Yeah.
Why don't you show us kind of that, and then we'll get into talking about them in general.
Sure. Well, there's basically three different kinds of glass categories. Single glazed glass, dual glazed glass, and then what we've patented, the MC Wonder Glass.
Which is what this conservatory is.
Exactly. And so the heat lamp is designed to replicate the sun as a heat source. The radiometer, perhaps you and I, the faster it's turning, the hotter we're getting. And so if we were in our room and the only thing separating us from the sun was a piece of single glazed glass.
Who make rooms out of that stuff, yeah.
Well, you'd bake in it. You can see how hot it is, and the radiometer is spinning quite fast. Virtually, there's no difference.
Interesting. This is single pane, okay.
One of the myths, so to speak, though, is that insulated dual glazed glass will cut down a lot of the heat, and it doesn't. And so if we put a piece of dual glaze, and this is even solar bronze glass, so this is designed with a tint, in between the sun as a heat source and ourselves,
you can see difference.
Very little. About 15% energy efficiencies, but still very uncomfortable.
Wow. So you could actually invest in a room like that and end up not being able to use it at all.
Many people do.
Oh, dear. Well, that's not a good thing. So what is the recommendation here?
Well, the recommendation is MC Wonder Glass, which is...
MC Wonder Glass.
That's right. And what this has done is designed to reflect 95% of the outside environment, whether it be summer or winter, back to the source, and about 95% of the inside conditioned space that we're living in back to its source. And as you can see...
It's starting to slow down.
We're pretty comfortable.
Now, you said that will actually come to a complete stop.
It almost will come to an entire stop.
That's amazing.
And because of that, these rooms are economically heated or cooled, no matter what the climate, no matter what the condition.
Look at that. It's almost stopped.
It's Wonder Glass.
That's amazing. Now, a lot of people think that in order to have a structure like this, you're going to spend a lot of money. What is the ratio between having a conservatory like this versus a regular room the same size?
Well, if you are going to design a room with all of this glass in it as conventional construction, it would be very, very cost prohibitive. These rooms are highly affordable because they're fully engineered at a factory. The fit and finish as a result is precise. And it installs in about half the time of conventional construction.
Well, we saw kind of a fast motion version of that, but it's interesting. Once those walls started going up after the foundation was laid, it didn't take you guys very long at all. What is the overall realistic time of an installation for these?
Depending upon the product, at Four Seasons we manufacture 21 different architectural styles. We make patio rooms, sunrooms, solariums, and conservatories. And in about 2,000 different sizes. But once the order is placed at the factory through one of our dealers and shipped, usually about 4 weeks from beginning to end.
Well, that's not bad.
Not at all.
That's not bad at all. Could we consider these modular?
Yeah, to some extent, although as you saw in the construction, it's built stick, piece by piece by piece. There are some manufacturers that make a modular room in which they tilt up the panels and bolt them together, but there's virtually no flexibility in design. So we like to think these more as being custom engineered.
I see. So the Four Seasons philosophy basically is that because of the Wonder Glass, as we call it, you're really able to have a full year-round climate-controlled environment.
Outdoor living indoors.
Outdoor living indoors.
No matter when, what season, or where you're located.
That's terrific. Now, this is called a conservatory. Why? What makes this a conservatory?
Well, it resembles the old English conservatories that have been around for literally more than 200 years in Europe. It's got the high pitch, the finials, and the cresting, and of course all of the glass, and then the unique bay appearance in the front.
Now, something that they probably can't tell from the inside is there's actually a double door.
French door at the end.
Right behind that area there, which is great. So it means you've got access directly outside without having to go through the rest of the house if you don't want to.
Right. Plus, a client would have the opportunity to pick and choose where the door would go, which windows would open, whether the awning windows at the top would open. They truly can design their room specifically for their home and where they're going to place their furniture.
We also featured another one of your very unique properties in another show where you actually had a tree
going up right through the middle.
Going right up through the middle.
That's right. It was a bathroom.
It was a bathroom, yeah. Well, you'll see that in another show. Anyway, well, we have had such a wonderful time enjoying this space, and of course, I love the plants out here. Yeah. And they do great out here. And some of them are artificial, but some of them are real. But we sort of like the look. Now, the basic construction all the way around is wood.
We manufacture, yes, this particular room is a wood room structurally with an aluminum system on the exterior so that the glass is glazed into an aluminum system that requires no maintenance. It's pre-painted at the factory. There's virtually, it's a maintenance-free product. However, we also make this room in an aluminum construction, and we also make it in vinyl. So we manufacture aluminum, wood, and vinyl components.
Now, in our particular case, we wanted the color inside this to match the color, obviously, in our courtyard area. So it was paintable, which was great.
Yes.
Well, we have had such a good time. We've really enjoyed the space, and hopefully we'll enjoy it for years to come. Thank you, Ira.
I know you will, and thank you for having us here.
Oh, my pleasure. You can install a room for us anytime, okay? That's it for the Four Seasons Sunrooms. Okay, now coming up next, we've got a lot more affairs on the way. Up next, a romantic, cozy condo built for two and maybe makes three. Don't go away. This is pretty cool. So turn that back on again. Let's do that.